You might be asking yourself, holy cow, did this guy actually get to go to the South by Southwest Film Festival, the notorious festival where they show all of the up and coming big films that most people aren't going to know about for about another year or so? And to that, I would say, no, I did not go because tickets are like $2,000. And between the airfare and hotel stay, it's just outrageous. But what I have done is been tracking everything, and I've gathered together a list of the 5 most approachable films for regular audiences, the ones that are probably going to have the most commercial success. And I'm here to give them all to you right now. So let's go ahead and dig into it. As always, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Give us that sub. It doesn't cost anything, and you get to keep on top of everything happening within the entertainment industry and latest reviews on whatever's coming out in the entertainment sphere, whether it be movies, television shows, or all sorts of other things. So make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. We really appreciate the support. Give us the comments, the likes. All of that really helps to get traction onto our channel. But moving on into this festival and what's going on, if you're not familiar with South by Southwest, there are technically like 2 of these, I think, but the current one that's happening is in Austin, Texas, and I'm in North Carolina, so it's a bit of a stretch for me to get there, and between those ticket prices and stuff that I mentioned, it's just a lot. But it's easy to kind of keep track of what's happening if you follow the right folks who have been there, one of which is Cody Leach, friend of the show, who's also a YouTuber and on Criticless.com. And I've been kind of keeping up with what he's been talking about and some other people. And so I've gathered together this list. And what I want to kick things off with is actually the film Death of a Unicorn, because this one is coming out this month. It's not really far away. And actually, all of these should be coming out this year, which is fairly rare for these festivals. They tend to be filled with a lot of fluff and things that a lot of regular audiences either won't encounter or won't like. They're just very indie things. But there are also big movies that show up at these festivals, and even not just mega-sized ones, but the ones that tend to be successes in those hidden gems that come out throughout the year that might be people's favorite films, but they weren't on their radar at all. So I'm here to help put these on your radar, and Death of a Unicorn might be one that's going to end up on yours even, like I said, as soon as this month, which is planned to be coming out on March 28th. I don't think that that's going to change, and we're pretty close to that now. But this is directed by Alex Scarfman, and it's starring Paul Rudd, Jenna Ortega, Will Poulter. There are a lot of people in this film, and this is one of those weird, edgier A24 movies. It's about a father and daughter who accidentally run over a unicorn and kill it, and then are on this weekend retreat trying to deal with this entire scenario of this dead unicorn. It sounds really wild. There's some interesting buzz about this movie. I am not entirely sure how it's going to do. It could be divisive like a lot of things that A24 put out, but it's probably going to be one of those that if you like it, you really like it. Now, next up is The Accountant 2. This is one that really surprises me because it's based off of another film, obviously The Accountant, being that this is a sequel, and it is directed by the same guy, Gavin O'Connor. And the thing is that the original Accountant film came out all the way back in 2016, and now all these years later we're finally getting a sequel. And if you see on Criticless, it's rated at a 77%, and my friends with benefits have it at a 90%. I liked it a lot and think that this is actually a really solid film. So it's not a surprise necessarily that we're getting a sequel. It's a surprise that we're getting one this late, and it is bringing back Ben Affleck and J.K. Simmons, which is great news. And the other thing is we have our current Punisher, John Bernthal, who's going to be in this as well. And this is an action crime thriller about a hitman type character. And basically, they're just getting, from what I gather, Ben Affleck's character kind of out of retirement, I think. And it's tied to some of his acquaintances and whatnot. But I have not seen the first film in a while. And chances are you probably haven't either. But this is coming out this year. It's coming out on April 25th. So it's pretty soon. So I would say to go ahead and check out The Accountant 1. But the good thing is that this is getting excellent buzz. And Cody Leach, who I mentioned earlier, actually said that it's better than the original film. So that is a great sign, and I plan on watching this one, and we'll probably review it on this channel at some point. So next up is The Rivals of Amzia King. Very odd name. This is thriller crime movie, definitely an indie, but starring Matthew McConaughey and Kurt Russell. That's some really good signs there. And the buzz off of this movie coming out of this festival is amazing. And it's directed by Andrew Patterson, who did The Vast of Night, which is a film that we reviewed quite a few years ago. And this was actually a Prime Video original. It came out in 2019, and we don't have a lot of voters as far as within Criticless because it's a little older. It's very indie, but I highly recommend it. It's an excellent film. I loved it a lot. And it sounds like Andrew is back on the right track with this movie as well. It's taking place in Oklahoma in this very rural countryside type of a situation, basically about a girl who reunites with a foster father of hers. And basically, he teaches her some skills. And I think that there is a bit of a possibly like a revenge plot or something going on in here. They're keeping details fairly slim, but I mean, Matthew McConaughey is a really good sign. And it sounds like this is a very interesting, moving film that has a lot of pieces and parts that they're not even fully ready to reveal yet. But I am very excited about this. The release date is not locked in, so it could come out probably anytime within this year. I don't know if they're searching for backing or what, but I'm excited for this movie, and you probably should be too. Now, Clown in a Cornfield. I've been excited for this movie. I think it looks and sounds great. I have not watched a trailer, but it seems like it's going to be pretty fun. This is another clown slasher. We get these every once in a while. But the big thing for me here is that it's directed by Eli Craig. This guy did a movie that I absolutely adore, which is Tucker and Dale versus Evil. It has an 86% on Criticless. This is a comedy horror movie, and it sounds like Clown in a Cornfield is in the same genre, which is a really good sign. I think that this one is leaning a little bit more into the horror, but I think that the comedy is still there, and which is a really good sign. But this is filled with mostly unknowns, except for Kevin Durant, who is a favorite of mine. I think he's an excellent actor. He really came on my radar back in the day when Lost was on TV, but he's been in a lot of things over the years. I think he's going to be playing the clown. I don't even know if they've fully announced that yet, but essentially it's just a small town situation, cornfield, murderous clown. Sounds awesome. So definitely keep this one on your radar. It is going to be coming out on May 9th, so not too far away as well. Now, next up is one that I knew nothing about. This is a movie called Together, and it is directed by Michael Shanks. Interesting thing with this guy is he's from New Zealand, and he's done nothing but really just some short films, but he clearly got on some people's radars to be able to put out something with some big name stars, because this is actually starring husband and wife duo Dave Franco and Allison Brie, which gets me pretty excited. I like both of these. I think they're both great actors, and the concept with this sounds really interesting, and I love myself a good horror, sci-fi, thriller type film. But basically what the overview here is, with a move to a countryside already testing the limits of a couple's relationship, a supernatural encounter begins an extreme transformation of their love, lives, and their flesh. So this is being described by the people that have seen it as one of those "what the heck did I just watch" films. And so I really like those. I think it's going to be really out there, very suspenseful, very odd, and it's definitely my type of movie. So keep a lookout for Together. This is actually going to be coming out on August 1st, so it's also not very far away. Now, I did add one extra one in here simply because it looks really weird, and it just seems like something I could like, but also a lot of people might hate. This one is actually starring Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd, and is directed by Andrew DeYoung. Now, this guy has basically been attached to a bunch of comedy TV shows over the years, but he's moving his way into film, and this is already getting some buzz. It sounds like it is going to be a bit divisive. It's that awkward, uncomfortable, weird humor that some people hate, but like I said, that I can regularly love. And it's basically about a suburban dad who basically gets in this relationship with his charismatic neighbor. And I think it's just going to be one of these things where you have these two very opposite individuals, and one of which is very creepy and odd. They're calling this a comedy, but I think there's going to be a little bit more to it than that. I've heard that this is one that you shouldn't watch the trailer for, but if you know anything about Tim Robinson, he's weird and uncomfortable, and so you're going to get more of that. But Friendship looks pretty solid. I'm excited about, and it's coming out on May 9th, so not far away. And I don't know, all of this entire list here really does have me excited. Death of a Unicorn we will probably be also reviewing on this channel pretty soon here, so you can look out for that. But all of these movies have me excited, and I think you should be too. You will be hearing more about all of these in the months to come, whether it be just how divisive they are or how excellent they are. But anything to do with these types of film festivals can be controversial and a little offbeat most of the time because film festivals are where weird movies happen, but also where really great things come out of, and then also absolute trash that critics love and regular people absolutely hate. So at the very least, keep a watch on criticless.com, because we will be getting reviews for all of these for sure from our users and people that are more down to earth, more grounded people that don't tend to exist on other reviewing websites. So make sure to visit criticless.com for all of that. And like I said, make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow Criticless Cast, because I will keep you up to news on all of this stuff throughout the week, and follow our reviews as well when they drop on the channel on our live streams. But anyways, guys, this has been great. Let me know which of these you are most excited for and which one you think is going to be the best of the bunch. I think that a good chance of Rivals of Amzia King, such an odd name, but I think that this one is probably going to be the most acclaimed of the bunch, but I think some of the others really have my attention as well. But let me know down in those comments, and I will be back very soon with more reviews and news for the rest of you guys. Everybody take it easy. We'll see you soon.